session is about strengthening the recovery through value creation. And we all know the importance of value creation, especially after the pandemic. Nikhil Meswani, the Executive Director and Member of Board, Reliance Industries Limited, was unfortunately unable to join us here physically today due to unavoidable circumstances, but he is going to be with us virtually.
Very good morning and my warm greetings from India. I was so looking forward to participating physically to deliver this address. However, COVID protocols only allow me to participate virtually. My apologies for the same. I thank Yusuf Benian for giving me this opportunity to speak once again at GPCA. I wish GPCA a thumping success as it has become one of the nerve centers of petrochemical industry. Reliance was founded by our founder chairman, Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani. He was the son of a school teacher and started Reliance with very humble beginnings. His vision was to bet on India, create businesses of the future, and bring prosperity to the people of India. We went public, and over the last 4 decades, we have had an unprecedented and accelerated growth. In each of our businesses, we knew nothing about those businesses, from fabrics to polyester, polyester to aromatics, aromatics to plastics, plastics to refining, then to oil and gas, and so on. But we learned and carved our way not only to be a leader in India, but globally. However, there is one thing common in this thread. Between our past, present, and future, we will continue to remain a chemical company at heart. Over this entire public journey of 43 years, we have followed our founder chairman's motto, dream big, think global, act local, and act fast. We took 35 years to create our assets organically, from fabrics to textiles, to polyester, to chemicals, to plastics, to refining. We started with a humble beginning of only $2 million IPO, not being among 100 companies in India, today to $225 billion of market cap, growing 31% compounded year on year. Our EBITDA has also grown 24% compounded over this entire journey, doubling our size roughly every 4 years. 6 key tenets of our value creation over this 43-year journey are a very large domestic market opportunity, largely untapped, creation of best-in-class integrated infrastructure with scale, digital transformation, carbon neutrality and green energy, growth via partnerships, sustainability, and societal value creation. India took 60 years to create first $1 trillion of GDP. The next trillion was created in 8 years and the third trillion in 5 years. Our Prime Minister's vision of creating a 10 trillion economy by 2030 will ensure that India will continue to grow at high single-digit growth rates. Our rising middle class, their rising income and aspirations will ensure a huge purchasing power. We are at an inflection point where GDP per capita of $2,000 is going to now drive consumption. This is an untapped and a vast opportunity for our chemicals and materials business. Let me turn this to the polymer industry to explain my hypothesis. India will require nearly 1 million tons of ethylene every year. Our polymer consumption at 10 kilograms per capita is substantially low than the global average of 30 kilograms per capita. It is in fact a sixth that of the developed world, be it US, Western Europe, or even China. Therefore, the only way we can go is to rise. This vast untapped potential of our domestic market will make sure we will largely remain focused on this opportunity on the back of India. Let me now turn to our assets and value creation. At Jamnagar, we have a 1.4 million barrels per day refinery which is integrated with petrochemicals. We believe this is a world-class infrastructure with our captive port, our desalinated water, and infrastructure that supplies to the entire national needs. In fact, we constitute 30% of India's capacity. There are two particular initiatives here that I am very, very proud of, which were achieved recently. First, the refinery off-gas cracker, which takes the refinery gases and we have ethylene produced out of it at 1.8 million tons per annum, making it the largest ethylene cracker globally. We believe, similarly, our old crackers were made extremely competitive, leveraging cheap ethane from North America and creating a unique supply chain to bring this to India and make these crackers again competitive so that we future-proof them for the times going forward. This sustainable advantage will ensure that we continue to produce investor-acceptable returns. What I am very, very proud of is most of our assets are organically created by young people, and this is a testimony to their zeal and spirit. Our Jamnagar refinery of 1.4 million barrels per day is in its true sense a petrochemical refinery. It maximizes petrochemicals, which is the new global trends, and not fuels. We are very proud of this integrated complex that is now being value-added by chemical plants around it. Our proprietary multi-zone catalytic cracking technology will now ensure that as we transition from fossil fuels, it will provide us feedstock for today and for future growth. We believe that this integrated infrastructure is unique to the world. In all of these initiatives, we have planted at Jamnagar over 3.5 million trees. It has the largest mango orchard in the world, and it has changed the ecosystem of the entire place, also creating a bird sanctuary there. At Reliance, between our different businesses, the refining and the chemicals business, our retail, telecom and technology business, and all future businesses, we have a vision to participate and influence human life from the time a human being wakes up until he or she retires to bed. In our materials business, let it be infrastructure, agriculture, industrial end uses, solvents, hygiene, health, retail and packaging, or even advanced needs of wind energy or monorail bogies with composites, we believe that we are accelerating our growth to make sure that we participate as India grows rapidly. This is testimony to our founder chairman's motto, what is good for India is good for Reliance. Let me now turn to digital transformation. At Reliance, we are now building a brand new infrastructure. We believe that data is the new oil, as said by our present chairman, Mr. Mukesh Ambani. Oil gave prosperity to a few nations where it was found. Data will be more different and will equalize the world. Real-time insights, measurement, and information will lead to better process control in our manufacturing, better supply chain, and delightful customer experience. As we migrate to an agile, platform-based organization, transitioning from a hierarchical one, we believe it will even accelerate our young people to rise faster and prosper on the back of growth in India. This will materially make a difference to the way we work going forward. As I mentioned before, as we turn to our clean and new energy business, Jamnagar will continue to be the nerve center of this new energy business. The world is transitioning to a green and clean energy and low carbon footprint. This will create a better world for our future generations. This is our responsibility. In India, we worship sun and air as gods. The gods are now going to bless us by providing a new source of sacred energy, which is clean for the generations of tomorrow. On the back of this, we have announced at Jamnagar a $10 billion investment program over the next 3 years. This will be setting up of 4 gigafactories at Jamnagar. First, an integrated solar photovoltaic module factory. Second, an advanced energy storage battery factory for storage of intermittent energy. Third, an electrolyzer factory for production of green hydrogen. And fourth, a fuel cell factory for converting this hydrogen into motive and stationary power. Our configuration at Jamnagar will also allow us to harness untapped potential of India into several new chemicals and will also allow us to capture carbon at a substantially lower cost. At Reliance, we have already announced that we will be net carbon zero by 2035 in line with the global objective. At Reliance, we grew traditionally by sourcing technology, and we had large technology partners. We soon realized as we grew bigger that partnerships was the way to go. I would like to in particular mention 2 partnerships. First, British Petroleum. Our partnership with British Petroleum started with deep water drilling in our oil and gas business. It has now been expanded to fuel retailing. The systems and the culture is actually changing the way we work at Reliance, and we are deeply grateful to BP for the same. The second one is very much here in UAE. It is with ADNOC. It is one of our first ventures outside of India. Here, we are combining the feedstock and energy strengths of UAE with our execution skills and the vast domestic markets of India. We are very, very proud of this partnership, which will begin with a vinyls complex. Let me turn to sustainability. We all know in plastics that our general motto is reduce, reuse, and recycle. We started this at Reliance out of feedstock crisis in our polyester business when we restarted recycling polyester waste. Over the last 15 years, we have done an integrated model in an inclusive way where over 250,000 Indians help us to collect and recycle over 2 million PET bottles. This will be expanded to over 5 million bottles very soon. It is with pride that I say that in India we have achieved PET bottle recycling rate of over 90%. This is in fact a huge feat as said by our Ministry of Environment. Similarly, in the same inclusive way, we have now started with commodity plastics with 3 initiatives that change India: waste to road, waste to energy, and waste to fuel. This will make sure that we have a more sustainable and a collaborative approach in our portfolio as we move forward in a responsible world. Let me give you 2 examples of sustainability. In a new age polymer, we combine agri-waste to make a composite which is fully recyclable. This composite is waterproof and fireproof and allows us to conserve our forest by saving wood. Similarly, in our polyester business, we are very proud of the Circular Design Challenge initiative that we pursue with United Nations for over 4 years. This Fashion for Earth initiative upgrades waste to the highest end of fashion, which has now acceptability not only in India, but globally. We brand this under the initiative Recron Green Gold, and it is something that we are very, very proud of. As we create businesses of tomorrow, in the words of our present chairman and my guru, Mr. Mukesh Ambani, it is very clear that we have to create societal value as we create a sustainable and a circular portfolio. Only then we can create customer, employee, and shareholder value. This is what will be acceptable to the young world of today. I mentioned that we recycle over 2 billion PET bottles in India. We will take this up to 5 billion bottles in the next 2 to 3 years. If you look at in this picture, we have worked with an NGO which is now mentioned by the United Nations to ensure that the beaches of Mumbai and rivers are being cleaned of these debris and avoiding litter of plastic waste into the ocean. This is in our mindset. We care for the people. As I turn to societal value, it is natural that I would refer to COVID-19. Last 2 years have been posing unprecedented challenges to everyone, especially in India, which is a largely populated country. We at Reliance did not shirk our responsibility and did our bit. From our chemical plants, we made sure that industrial oxygen was available and reached to cater to the needs of 100,000 people daily to save those precious lives. From scratch, we started over 2,000 beds dedicated to COVID, and we distributed over 87 million free meals. The accelerated call of our Prime Minister for vaccination, we are very proud that entire Reliance family is now fully vaccinated. We also stepped up our testing equipments to make sure we conduct over 15,000 tests per day, in addition to various other initiatives. When COVID hit us, India, like many other nations, was extremely short of PPEs and N95 masks. Here, again, we combined the strengths of our chemical industry with the textile industry. We rose to this occasion and of this clarion challenge and produced over 100,000 N95 masks and PPEs per day. From our polyester business, we made sure that in less than 2 weeks, we received FDA approval to create material for over 600,000 testing buds daily. Our polymer business ensured that vials were available and the supply of essentials with safe packaging kept on going and sustaining India. This is our way to make sure we empowered the people of India in these very tough times. So, in conclusion, I would like to say that we have had at Reliance 4 decades of sustainable, accelerated growth on the back of organic asset creation. Our oil to chemical business is well positioned on an integrated platform to outperform in this world. At the heart, we still remain a chemical company, and as we destroy our fuels into chemicals, we will harness new opportunities on the back of Indian market and grow even faster. Our goal is to have a sustainable and a recyclable platform and a portfolio with net carbon zero position by 2035. Our bold vision in green energy will make sure that we will change the way Reliance works and the way India works. In short, our golden decade of growth has just begun. Thank you for your patient listening.